HD remakes. Why? Like seriously, like this is becoming a very common thing and it's absolutely unoriginal. It's absolutely fucking fucked up because you're just rehashing old shit. The Last of Us Remastered, GTA 5, Sleeping Dogs, Tomb Raider, Rayman Legends. It's like all these fucking games that were out last generation and they're being putting up in 1080p on PS4 and Xbox One. It's like, come on, man, like why do publishers and developers waste their damn time and money rehashing the same shit and just making it a little better looking? Now you can say, oh yeah, it looks a lot better, yada yada yada. And yeah, I've played The Last of Us Remastered, and I played, GTA 5, but it's not a dramatic difference that you should be like, oh yeah, I should buy this game again. Yeah, yeah, oh my god, we should rehash the same shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, they look better, of course, compared to their last generation partners, but still, it's like, it's not a huge significant difference. I'd rather have publishers and developers spend their time and money either developing a new game or a sequel to an existing game. Like seriously, Naughty Dog themselves made The Last of Us Remastered, and people were like, "Oh, that sort of prepares them for the PS4. That gives them experience to work on the new hardware." Well, bitches, they're already working on a new game. It's called Uncharted 4. They don't need fucking practice. They're already practicing with Uncharted 4. Not only that, they're an extremely talented studio. Why the fuck do they need the practice? That's like basically insulting them. That's like saying, oh, they don't know anything, so they need the little practice. They don't need that shit. They're like the most renowned developer to date, along with Rockstar, with GTA 5. Now, I will excuse GTA 5 just a little bit because at the very least they added a little bit new things like the first person mode, which adds a whole depth of vision to the game, a new kind of perspective. And I played it, and it's really enjoyable to play it, especially the shooting. I mean, driving and other shit is kind of fucking annoying, but other than that, shooting people and running around is pretty cool. But other than that, it's such a waste of money. Now, this has been going on for a while. This is nothing new. Developers and publishers have been, doing HD remakes, for a few years now. Probably the first one I can recall is the God of War collection, where they did the HD remastered, or not remastered, but HD version for God of War 1 and 2 and put it on the PlayStation 3. And, I guess that's kind of excusable because that was a really old game that was now for next generation and much more crisp, I guess. But these games, they just came out last year. They just came out last year, and they're like, oh, let's just pull it out again and try to make some extra money out of it. Now, yes, you could say like, oh yeah, it makes the developers money, and it's good for people that never played it when they had last generation. Like let's say The Last of Us. The Last of Us, is, yeah, of course it's now on PS4, but let's say people who never had a PS3 last generation, now have an opportunity to play it for the PlayStation 4. Well, yeah, that's nice and all, but Sony doesn't have to freaking put in money and time and waste Naughty Dog's time on an HD remastered. You know what they could have done instead of making it look better? They could have just put it on the PlayStation Store and made a PlayStation 3 Classics. That's all they could have done. They would have saved so much time and money and just put PlayStation 3 Classics, put it for what, 25, $30, oh fuck it, $40, whatever you want, however price tag you want, and that could still sell, because people who missed out on it can now check it out. Yeah, it's not gonna look any better or whatever, but at the very least they get to play how it was originally intended, how it was originally created. But seriously, they could have just done that. And not only that, PlayStation 4 now has the new streaming service. What? PlayStation Now, there you go, which is meant for you to play old school games meant for you to play games that you could have missed out from the past. And not like the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, they don't have much of that, but they have mostly PlayStation 3 stuff. But they have Mass Effect over there. They got Mass Effect 2, 3, they got Crisis, I think. They got a lot of other games. They got Metal Gear Solid 4. So like if you want to catch up on some old games, that would be the opportunity for people to catch up on. Like seriously, if I never bought Mass Effect Collection earlier this year, I would have just rented it and just played it through there. But I was happy with my purchase. Mass Effect 3's, 2 and 3 is really awesome. But anyway, they could have just put The Last of Us Remastered or The Last of Us itself onto PlayStation Now and be like, hey, here, pay $5 a week and, play it through PlayStation Now. You can stream it. Instead of, spending time and money, completely making an HD remake. And that's the thing too, what pisses me off is that the first time they reveal these HD remakes, I honestly don't notice a fucking difference. Like the first time I saw The Last of Us or when I heard about it, I was like, yeah, I'm willing to pay another $60 to freaking, see it in higher quality. But then when I looked at the trailer, I'm like, I honestly don't see a fucking difference. Like, why am I gonna spend $50 to $60 on that? That's for the people who never bought it. But then again, you could have avoided that by just simply making it a PlayStation Classics or putting it on PlayStation Now. So everybody else could play it. But no, they had to put money and time on that shit. Like really, I honestly don't notice a difference, but it's not until you sit down and play it is where you notice a difference. When I watched it, yeah, I didn't notice a difference. I'm like, nah, that shit's a waste of money. I'm not gonna spend money on a game I already fucking played. But then when I actually played it, seeing the 60 frames per second, it looks a lot more smoother, a lot more crisp, a little bit more realistic. I'm like, okay, I can see it now. But still, I wouldn't want to, replay the whole game. A game that I've played 5 times in the PlayStation 3. And yeah, GTA 5, they added some new, elements to their game. They just didn't up-res the skill. They, put some small things to it, like, they put grass on the floor, where it used to be dirt, it's now grass. They put a little bit more detail here and there, and yada, yada, yada. And even Tomb Raider did the same thing. But, like, seriously, I just feel that they could have spent that time and money putting it on a new product or a sequel to a new game. It's like, come on, like really, it's like they really want you to, and it's kind of awkward to me. It's really kind of weird to me because, like we still have cross-generation games. We still have games like Destiny, which are on the PS3, Xbox 360, and also on a new generation. But yet we are rehashing old generation stuff and putting it on the new generation. So it's kind of a mixed message. Like, do you want us to forget about the old generation? Do you want us to move on? Do you want us to, get rid of our PlayStation 3s and Xbox 360s and move on? Or do you want us to stick with it because, that has a huge install base, so you're still putting out games for it, and they're like, oh yeah, people are still buying games for it. But oh, fuck that too. We want to rehash the same material on the PS4 and Xbox One. Like, it's such mixed messaging. Like, should I keep my PS3 and play the games that are cross generation, or should I move over to the PS4 and play the newest versions of the old games like The Last of Us? Ah, okay. I let that out of my system. I don't mean to be negative. It's just fucking annoying. It's like, it's hard for me to support this because they're basically just wasting time and money rehashing the same material. And I wish they could have, Naughty Dog, I wish they could have not spent that time developing it. I wish they could have spent time creating something else, or, at least putting out new DLC for The Last of Us multiplayer. I don't know, something, instead of, making it HD. But I guess it's good for people, who missed out on the original, or, never got the chance to play it on the last generation or whatever. And one of those other games was Sleeping Dogs. And Sleeping Dogs, that was 2012. 2000, yeah, it was on 2012, and I got an HD remaster this year. And yeah, I saw the footage, and yeah, there's not a whole dramatic difference, but I'm kind of happy because I really liked that game, and now I'm glad people have the opportunity to play it. For people who never played it before, but now in 1080p or whatever. And same thing for Tomb Raider, same thing for Last of Us. But why the fuck does GTA need it? Like, come on, like, fucking made billions of dollars for the 360 and the PS3 last year. It made billions. It's the highest grossing video game ever. And they didn't have the fucking courtesy to give you just a little price drop for the new generation. But at the very least, they put in a kick-ass first-person mode. Well, that's about all. I'm sorry for all the negativity. I just need to blow out some steam. Thanks for watching my shitty rant. Bye.